1989, I believe.
Okay, and what are we all here for?
We're all here for Wine and Cheese 101.
Okay, and can you briefly tell us who all is here?
Okay, to my left here, and to your right, to my left, is my mother, Shirley Good.
Hi.
We have Mr. Swearingen. We have my father, George Good.
It's Mr. Swearingen, not George Good.
That's right. I only have some first names. Okay. And we have Mr. Cassine, Brian's father.
Hi.
That's Brian. To Brian's right is Brian's mother, Mrs.
Hi.
Cassine. We have Doug Adams. Doug Adams is the man that got us into all this trouble in the first place.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
Is he local or national?
He's everything. But over there playing with the microwave is Jeff Swearingen
Jeff.
in his new green sweater that Santa Claus brought him.
Hi, Jeff.
Many of us don't believe in Santa Claus, but he still does, and that's probably why he gets sweaters.
Mr. Swearingen, I've talked about the Santa Claus deal.
And the complimentary Christmas color sweater is just mother.
I believe in Santa Claus. I always
And we have Joey.
There is a Santa Claus.
Hi, Joey.
There really is.
And operating the camcorder is, of course, TJ.
Okay.
The woman of the hour. And Matt Brish is here, but he's hiding.
Okay.
That's Brian's shoulder.
Take your hand out.
We at Wine and Cheese 101, we improvise quite a bit. We haven't found our Chris at the canner, but to our parents we're suggesting donations of monetary or crystal.
Okay, Tom, can you tell us what we're having for dinner tonight?
For dinner tonight, I'm a little fuzzy on what we're having tonight. Basically, it's comprised of everything that we've never made before, except for the wine. We've had wine before with that and butter. We have butter. Other than that, and water, I don't know.
Water should be.
We haven't done anything else. We're having stuffed peppers. We're having spiced pears, cinnamon spiced pears. We're having a small stir-fried vegetables on the
Here,
side.
why don't
And
we
lastly,
why don't we go to Mrs. Swearingen's plate? You can point these things out.
okay. The large green object is the stuff that same familiar to the right. Your right of that is a pasta with a green sauce, which is made up of parsley, and yes, it is supposed to look that way.
Okay.
Between the two and closest to yourself is a stir fry of vegetables, which is it's not long fried. How do you call it, Jeff?
Flash fry.
It's flash fried. That's what it is.
Okay.
We throw it on for a flash, and it's fried.
Okay.
And that's it.
Which one is flash fried?
The crunchy ones.
Oh, crunchy ones. All right.
The uncooked vegetables.
Okay. Here's everyone eating this wonderful dinner that Jeff cooked. Is it good, guys?
Yeah.
How's the dinner?
Delicious. Marvelous.
You did a good job, Jeff. How long did it take you?
5 minutes. Quick plan.
Is it like microwave stuff, frozen?
No. All in and out of the oven, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Especially in about
What are those red things, Tom?
It's a cinnamon spiced pear.
And what do those have in them?
Pear, red food coloring, and cinnamon schnapps.
Okay.
A lot of cinnamon schnapps.
Thanks.
Oh, Brian.
Yes?
What are you guys doing now?
We are making. Are you filming now?
Yes.
Oh, good. Because we are making
Just now on
the
stage.
Supreme Peach Daiquiri.
Smucker's Peach Daiquiris.
Can you hold that up again?
Nothing but the best.
Is that the real stuff? Let me
Real
see.
stuff. Not real stuff. Here we
Okay.
have the real Jubilee Peach. Real Castile rum and real lime.
Nothing but the
One more.
best.
And wait, it goes in a real blender with lots of ice.
Lots of ice.
And then you make it go round and round and round.
Can you show us?
Real fast. Yeah, we'll do it.
See, you two are just like the guys in Cocktail.
Can you step aside, Tom?
Stand back, everyone.
Good show.
Yeah, that's
You know,
It's
somehow
okay.
that it sort of reminds me
And Tom, after you do all this, what do you have?
We were just saying, you can't kill an moisturizer. Bird's been
They didn't tell me that.
Peach what? Oh.
I was curious to have a mind.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious why Flash.
Joey, how was your dinner?
That impresses
Matt? Matt?
Hi.
Hi, Matt. What do you guys...
Talking about the fraternity and sorority scene around America.
And what do you have to say about... Oh, is that one of those peach daiquiris?
That's a peach daiquiri. Let it be known that Phi Kappa Tau should be included in the Miami Triad with Beta Theta Pi, Phi Delta Theta, and Sigma Chi. It's BS that we're not included in there, but
We're just more down to earth ourselves.
Phi Kappa Tau is one step higher than those other three fraternities. We have to be heard now. If you're a Rashi, you'd be far better off joining this house, especially in Charters. I suggest that Caramel would have a peach daiquiri.
Mine's
Since,
great.
Yours fine.
since they're being served up.
Yours is peachy.
Thank you.
Yes, it's cocktail too.
All right.
Here you go. You did a good job here. Here's your fruits in here. That's what it takes a while. Oh, it's the boys in cocktail over here. Run behind me. Tell you something. Behind the back, actually. All good things. I don't know how that works. Get her out of there.
Larry, tell us who these people are. Talk louder.
Doug Adams. I'll let Phil explain.
Doug was actually a representative of the African fraternity. He came back here to get my colony started. And I was one of the people that worked during that period. For 2 days.
It's just somebody that just walked in tonight. I don't know who it is. It's not the same.
He found this little pin there. That's right. He got this little toy shop. Got the parts. I'll be out for my mom.
Okay, tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm John Kabinski, my wife Patty.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just does nothing.
You'd be all boxed in.
About 11:60 an hour.
You guys having fun? What are you drinking? What?
You would never know what we would another fire. Well, the only way to get through the mountains was what happened when I cut the price. Because the weather clouds were really low. And to point down onto the hillside, like 100 feet in the air. Oh, yeah!
Basically, I'm just doing this to be a nice guy. I'm just being a bartender to be a nice guy.
And where are you, Jeff?
I'm here because I am a bartender. And obviously, you can tell real bartenders don't drink on job. You can tell who knows what's going on here. I'm just here to straighten these guys out, get it going right from the start. Then I'm out of here. I'm wasting.
What kind of drinks are you serving here?
Anything, I'll make it.
And what's the price?
They're free.
I like the benefits.
Oh, you best part about it.
You get to make your own drinks as much as you want.
The best part about it is you make it how you like it. And this is the alumni party, so it's nothing better to do.
It's my side compared to his side.
No. I see a $10 bill in here.
There's 320s in here.
No, we have 50.
Well, TJ, the reason we're all gathered here this evening is because we as the alumnus, and for that matter, the actors and pledges of Phi Kappa Tau feel that it is good to come together as one and meet on the occasion of our charter, our re-chartering of our show. And that is very important to each one of us. That's why we're here.
Thank you.
I know. Oh, by the way, Craig Bruner will be here later this evening.
I don't know. Because the only thing, because I feel like a jerk because I've seen some of this, but the only thing I can tell.
Is there audio on this thing? I guess. Oh, wait a minute. We can't be. Not supposed to be conspicuous. It's supposed to be like actually. Is that on yet?
Don't look like they're taking it.
Don't look at the camera.
Don't
Guys. Wow. Oh. Anyway.
Tom, tell us something nice about your parents.
Something nice about my parents. My parents are very nice. They do a lot for me. In fact, tonight, we all made dinner for me. And we just offered to get out of here. This dinner is free. It's on us. They've done so much for us. And luckily, they donated $3. They're very nice.
Tell us something good about Tom.
Started off at $8 a piece, it went to $9, now it's 15.
Dad's fine. He's camera shy.
Tell us something good about Tom.
Tom's our youngest, and I think he's been most fun.
That was a very good boy.
Wait a second.
That was a very good boy.
Great, my boy, very nice. Never had a moment's trouble.
Are we getting this? Is this a living, touching moment here?
Yes, it is. Kiss or something.
No.
Save for Saturday, like blackjack and football game. You go ahead and I'll take your picture.
Steve, what are you mingling about?
What are we mingling about? I don't know. Mingling. The old generic mingling here. Mr. Scott.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Be here, Craig.
I know.
I didn't know we got lost. I knew if there was free beer, you'd be here.
Yes, he was being in a hug.
Oh, picture yours? No problem. Okay.
He's too shy. It's like
Rocket time.
Hey, we're here at Phi Tau Party. It's alumni. Welcome everyone. There goes Dave Danny. Dave's gonna walk in front of the camera, isn't he? There goes Dave. That's everyone.
Why are you holding it up?
I'm only gonna do last because we're done with it. We're standing here. You might ask yourself, why are we standing together? Can you hear me say that? Why are we standing together? It's because we're all three different heights.
This man is a two-fisted drinker. We'll have you know. I mean, both hands.
That was Frank. Frank can kill anyone you want for $10.
Because of money,
Hi, Mom.
$50.
That's not on.
It is.
I want to see one camcorder, but I've seen my favorite camera.
Oh, gross.
Gotta be in pictures?
What's your name?
What's my name? Jeffrey Davis.
Sleazy.
S-L-E-E-Z-Y.
And who are you?
I'm Dick LeClaire, 69.
Okay. Are you going to drink?
Yes.
What are you drinking?
Scotch and water.
Okay.
Rather drink booze.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking beer.
Oh, okay.
All right. Where are these movies going to be shown?
Here.
Here. All right. When?
Probably after the weekend's over.
How much, man? You gotta be doing those things. Thank you. Thank you.
It looks pretty good. I'd like to see the whole house sometime. It's fun. I'm sure I'll have ample opportunity on here.
Are you going to be here?
Yeah. I think I'm crashing the gates. Hopefully it won't be
my truck through his front door. Have you still got that sharp silver truck that you had? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, TJ, I'm still on the way.
Who is that?
Wayne Prince is a founding father of Beta Theta, and you might take interest in him now. Wayne, would you like to say something to the studio audience?
Why?
Why not?
That's a good thing to say.
I know.
Okay. Gosh, here I am back at the wonderful university campus, the Beta Theta chapter of Phi Kappa Tau University, and we're finally a real chapter now, and I'm incredibly excited because I helped make this possible. Thank you.
And who's this next to you?
Oh, this is my wonderful fiancée, Janice Nicely. My name's Wayne Prince, I forgot to mention that. Oh, you mentioned it for me. You mentioned it for me. And one day we shall be happily married.
This is Mike saying something nice to
Larry,
TJ.
get out of the way.
Larry Merle, the man we all know about, but the first time the Iotas have met.
Because he's
Seen
never
him.
here.
He's never here. It's okay.
Say something, Mike.
Say something. Say. I was gonna say something, but then Matt came. Lloyd came, intimidated.
Say it. Favorite song.
Say it, Mike.
You say it.
Matt's fly is open.
Did I say Matt flies open? Matt's flies open. That's
That looked alright.
No! Oh my God! Oh my God! You know what I have to say about that, Matt? Oh, we...
whole mood.
Doing great, TJ. Really. I've seen a lot of filmmakers in my time, TJ. You take the cake, really.
Oh my God.
I'm Frank Baben. Let's see, I was college in 1965 and graduated in 71. I was smart. It took me 5 years to graduate. No, that's 6 years. I'm from Overland Park, and I'm glad that we're all back.
We did great. That was great. Hi. I'm Mark Steele. I was up here from 67 to 69. Then I went to the Air Force, spent some time there. Been happily married for almost 19 years, 18 years.
The first one wasn't happy.
And glad to be here and glad Phi Tau's getting going again. I'm RJ Barnes. I was up here in 66 through 70. So it's good to see the chapter back in the hill. Hey, Jeff. Maybe it was Doug Adams. Giles, did you hear about Jeff Kinney? Actually, it took me 3.5 years to meet you, and I heard about you more than 3.5 years ago. I don't think I'm the goose in me hat.
Okay, tell us who you are.
When I want to see a smile on your face.
Tell us who you are, guys.
Tell us who we are. My name is Scott Gates. I'm a graduate of this mess. My friend Matt never calls me. I'm not going to tell anybody who I am.
I'm Jerry. Everybody knows
knows me, I've been here forever. If they don't know me, too bad.
I don't know. You're telling me who you are.
Too bad. I'm a party crasher.
Freshman hardly know you. Who are you?
Hi, Sarah.
And here we have Jeff Swearingen, the latest recipient of our Apollo hair bond, the latest technique in new hairstyles.
It looks so natural, doesn't it?
I'm Perry School. I live in Kansas City, and I graduated from University of Kansas in 1967. That's a pie talk. Steve Ross.
Steve Ross, class of '69.
Commonly known as Newark. And I'm Dick LeClaire.
Great state of New York.
The great state of Kansas. And I don't know. How did we do that was worthwhile?
I remember about Steve, I remember Jim Kapp saying in football that Steve had the best set of hands he'd ever seen.
He did have good hands. He had good hands.
He tried to use us in a number of ways. We're usually more successful in football than otherwise.
Talk, Jeff.
Now, tell TJ about tomorrow. Right into the camera. TJ, these two wimps have bowed out. They're not going to be there. Focus on them.
Well, thank you. Very good. All right, you ready?
Gretzky, when are I going to get to talk to you long? When am I going to get to talk to you long distance again? Long distance and heroin with you.
Myself, cans and a 1 or 2. Yeah, $35 for donate. What the hell would I didn't say that, man. Then you really will. I didn't want to. I like the way they have.
Yep.
What do I think about the whole situation?
Yep.
What can I say? He's way cool, William.
Okay, we'll catch you now. Oh,
Thank you.
I need to hear action.
Action.
I need to hear money.
Money.
Money. There you go.
Yep.
We're okay to be here. That's right. Or just to still have to pay for it. They were saying $50 big. When you were free,
Could you show us some moves?
End of the year. Moves. Well, that costs another $100.
The house will pay for it.
We get the right people in here.
Pretty easy.
Did you brew this yourself?
Yes, I did.
What's it
Turn
called?
on and pours beer, you turn off and stops pouring the beer. It's quite special.
There you go, right there. That's all I see. Not for me. I'm Mr.
Are you
Prude.
showing underwear tonight?
Venus isn't hairy butts.
I'll just play
About a third of the way. Let me see. Here, okay?
Okay, are you ready? I'm recording.
Okay, I am the one that's been taking these pouring pictures all night long. So I haven't been seen anywhere but hiding back there and taking pictures of everybody else.
And she's scamming everybody. She's asking for pussies and hairy butts.
I am not
Around with all these guys. She wants some pussy and some hairy butts. She's telling me things that I don't know.
I do
She's
not.
keeping secrets from me.
I do not want some pussy.
Christian penis. I said pussy. I mean penis.
No one here will care.
My mom says she already heard me say pussy.
That's supposed to be nice. That's special.
Oh my God, they're falling over. Oh no, they're going the other way. Oh my God.
Hey, who's in there? Who's fucking with me? We're going to the apartment.
You think so?
Matt has been sleeping with the
Matt sleeps with like lots of women all the time.
Yes.
What do you think of this situation here?
What do I think of this situation here? Well, I feel it's a little lame because there's this woman here who's unbuckling my pants. Can you pan down, please? But you see, the thing is, I'm just not excited about the whole thing. In fact, I'm so unexcited, so unthrilled about things. Come on, let's zip up.
This is to show you the real truth. Yes, no,
I'm very old.
hiding behind
I'm very old.
what's very your parents. Only Mona knows.
Yeah, thank you.
No one actually knows the honest truth. Just
Thank you. Hi, my name is Tom Gooden. I'll be your MC for tonight and later at the banquet. What I'd like to do is introduce John Green, our executive director for Theta, and he's going to fill you in on little details of what's going on right now.
Okay, we're in a kill time frame here. We've got to, and that's not to demean the time we're going to spend, but our president, John Cosgrove, was just inducted into the Knights of Malta in New York City this afternoon, or today. That's why he's not here yet. I don't know if you know anything about that organization, but it's a rather prestigious Catholic organization. In fact, President Reagan spoke to them yesterday. So this is a very high honor for John, and we're very pleased for him. However, this is delaying us. His plane has been delayed twice, I think, getting into Kansas City. There's kind of some tough weather between here and there. I don't think there's any problem in New York. But anyway, he's scheduled to hit the ground, land, in Kansas City at 5:30, and as I understand it, some brothers are waiting with the props turning on a twin-engine Cessna to bring him in here, hopefully arriving here by 6 and back to the house immediately 6:30, 6:15, sometime in there. At that point in time, we will sign the charter. And very briefly, Tom, if I can, I'll explain that process right now so we don't have to do it later. We will, Larry or Tom or somebody, or Bob, somebody will call your names, and there's an order in which we'll sign the charter. When your name is called, we'd ask you to come forward, sit down, relax, sign the charter. Don't relax too long because there's a lot of guys behind you. Get up, and then we'll give you your shingle and you return back to the crowd, and the next one will come forward. We'll do this throughout the entire process. Then we'll move the table forward and have all of the brothers that are in the chapter now or that have signed the charter come gather around the table back here if we can squeeze in for a group picture. At that point in time, I will sign the charter as your executive director, and then John will sign it as your national president. That finishes the charter signing process. Then we'll all hustle down to the hotel, and tonight at the banquet then we'll present the charter. So that's the procedure.
Great. At this point, I would like to mention that when we do finish with the chartering, with the signing, we do have cocktails being served at the hotel. Dinner will be served promptly at 7:30. So let's just make sure that you're there by then. At this point, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Alan Pickering, who is one of our original founding members, class of 49. Correct. And he's come back for this occasion. If you'd like to say a few words about coming back for this.
Well, I wouldn't have missed this occasion for anything at all. It was a wonderful experience to have been a part of the founding group of VITAL on this campus, and honored to be a part of the group of officers who got it together the first time. And I couldn't be more pleased to have discovered how successful you've been in making it happen again. I wish you the very best of luck, and I know you'll succeed.
Thank you very much. Also, this house that we're in right now could not be possible if it wasn't for the efforts of our housing corporation. Members of that include Courtney Sloan, Phil Harrison, Jim Kapp, Perry Toll, and Dwayne Fager. And Courtney, would you like to say a few things? Yeah.
Well, Phil's gone, so he's getting the president, is it? Yes, sir. I can assure you that this house was a collective effort, and not only from the House Corporation, but with the help of Andy Patterson and Jeff Kenny, who helped us a lot as your Board of Governors. But it's been an experience for me. I was so glad to see Alan here. He just happened to be our first president in those days, and I was just a pledge because I came in the chapter the first semester that they actually recruited people after they started the house. So we go back a long way, and it's quite interesting. But it's been really an experience helping to get this where we are today, and now it's up to the brothers to keep it where we are. And if you can do that, then we'll try to give you all the effort we can to make it grow with you.
And as Courtney mentioned, Jeff Kenny and Andy Patterson are on our Board of Governors, and they meet regularly monthly with the officers and keep them in line. See, Andy's here. Andy's president of the Board of Governors. Would you like to say something, Andy?
All right.
I didn't know I was going to say anything. We've all really pulled together, as Courtney said here. There's been all sorts of fun obstacles along the way, and I think it's made it all the more sweeter to now finally be being chartered. And it really has been a group effort. You can't just say that it was the members and the Housing Corporation and the Board of Governors. I mean, even our girlfriends have been greatly involved in our relatives. Obviously, we've really pulled everybody in here to get where we are today. And I think, there's a lot of opportunity here. We're finally now going to be a chartered house on the University of Kansas, and I think with the quality of people we have in this house, we're going to go real far. So I hope there's some good times this evening, and let's look on from here.
At this time, there's just a couple more people I'd like to recognize. We have with us our domain director, which is Keith Vasey. Is Keith here? Keith's in the back there. Keith's our domain director. I spoke to you last night at the reception we gave, and I was very happy to see that Keith said he's been very involved with the domain. Would you like to say something?
Well, yes, I would, I guess.
Putting everyone on the spot.
I just think, having learned about your chapter and all the things you've gone through since 1984, I think it's wonderful that it's finally coming to fruition. The adversity that you've faced, bouncing around from house to house, all the problems that you've gone through, but also all the opportunities that Andy spoke about and everyone else, and the things that you know much better than I think finally tonight it all comes to a head, something you can be proud of, something you can be excited about, and something I'm very pleased to see as the domain director for you. And I hope to be able to work with you each very closely down the years as we go through. So, thank you.
And lastly, I'd just like to include one more. Very good personal friend of mine and an Alpha member, a refounding father. Our new chapter advisor is Jeff Swearingen.
All right. I'll start thinking of things to say about now. Like you said, I'm an Alpha member. Tom is. There's a bunch of guys that are Alpha members that are back here tonight that we haven't seen for a long time. So I've come up and visited now and then. You know, some we haven't seen in a couple years. And it's really great to see these guys back. It's great to see Alan Pickering back, our first president. It's kind of incredible. I was sitting here this afternoon, came over after watching the Jayhawks win a close game against K-State, and you know, started seeing these people come through the door, and it was really incredible to think that, you know, people like this have been here since 1948, and what we've been through in the last 5 years, they went through, and you know, I think it's just a bond there that's really strong, and everyone, you know, immediately has something in common, something to talk about, and it's a great feeling. I think it's going to be a good night. It's been a great weekend. Thanks.
I won't do this to you more than once. I have remembered one more person who I must put on the spot. That is the man who brought me into this fraternity, who was, he's ducking his head, he was our consultant from Nationals when I first joined, who helped us and stayed with us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and Doug Adams.
Doug.
It's been a long road. I guess the Grateful Dead said, what a long, strange trip it's been. To me, to come back this weekend,
means a lot.
Excuse me. To see the friends that I made 4 years ago and what they went through to put this fraternity together, and all the hard times, the housing difficulties and trouble from the university and trouble from all the different angles they've had, to see them come through to the point that this night brings is absolutely fabulous, and it's what fraternity is. What you guys have here is a unique bond that you won't find in any other chapter. We're a colony, and to build the strength that you've got today and the friendships you have are not something you're going to forget in a long time. And when you go out in that job world, once you graduate, bank on it. I'm a banker, I know. You can bank on this stuff. Bank on this experience, because it takes a lot of effort to start a group from scratch and to build it into an actual chapter. Programming-wise, people-wise, publicity-wise, you guys have done a hell of a job. And you should be proud of yourselves this evening. So I wish you lots of luck in the future, that we don't ever have to go through what we did back in the 70s again of shutting the chapter down. Hang tough, work together, and be number one on this campus. Think you're number one and be proud of yourselves, because you've got a lot to be proud of. I'm just glad I had the opportunity to work with all you guys. Thank you.
I'd like to close and reintroduce our national director.
I just wanted to say a couple other things. There's a neat phenomenon going on in Phi Tau today across the country, and there are several examples of that phenomenon in here tonight that I want to talk about. one of the differences between Phi Kappa Tau and many other national fraternities, frankly, is alumni participation, alumni involvement. That means a lot of things. It means board members, it means financial support, it means direction, it means counsel. And the phenomenon that's taken place in the last year in Phi Kappa Tau is that we have had some phenomenal, great people like Courtney and the House Corporation, like Jeff and like Andy, like Keith Basie. I have domain directors out there across this country today of the quality of people like Keith Basie that are helping our chapters and that are showing up, that are conducting domain conferences. You gentlemen are going to have an opportunity to participate in I believe a 17-chapter domain conference in Lincoln next month.
Biggest ever.
Never, ever in the history of this fraternity have we done anything like that. That's a mini leadership academy. That's a mini convention, and that's neat. That's what fraternity's all about. So I just, from my level at the National Fraternity, I am very pleased and want to thank these gentlemen publicly for their involvement, for their encouragement, because this makes the difference. You know, you guys do the work, and you've got a lot of work ahead of you. No question about it. It's particularly gratifying to me as an executive director to see Doug Adams here tonight and to see the other end of the chute, so to speak. I wasn't executive director when Doug helped you get started here, but to know that he was thought enough of by you gentlemen that he started, or you started with him, or vice versa, however that goes, to have him invited back to this event means a lot. And I hope that the men that we have working for us today and the men that work for us in the future are thought as highly of as Doug is. That means a lot to me. I hope that some of you in here will consider working for your fraternity someday, because that is a gratifying experience. I concur with Doug's comments about banking on your experience. I too was a banker for 20 years until people ask me today if I'm going to go back to a real job someday. But I'm having fun today, and I'm working with some outstanding young men, and that means a lot more to me than excuse me, Doug, being a banker. But bank on that experience. Take advantage of the opportunities that are there to you, for you today in the area of leadership, in the area of people skills, because you do have an opportunity. You have to take advantage of it. You have an opportunity that those contemporaries and peers of yours that are in your classes at this university that are not fraternity people don't have. And it does give you a leg up later on in life. So I congratulate you now. I'll say a few more words tonight when I give you the charter, but this is an exciting night for us. I'm sorry that our whole male staff can't be here to enjoy this with you, but obviously that's not possible. So,
James J. O'Connor. Jen.
You want everybody in this? Everybody in this? Not now, when we're done, right at the end.
I mean, all four of you in here?
Oh, no, just get done.
Get away from the bar. Come on up. There you go. Somebody's so man.
It's
Jeff.
Jeff swearing, Jim.
Hey, face! Right there.
Yeah, it's fine, thanks.
There he is.
There's O'Connor. Go ahead. Well, that's fine. Go ahead and sign it.
It's going to be a trivia. What? Trivia. You actually signed it. I'm going to go.
Yes. There, right like that. That's perfect. No, like you had it before. There you go.
Congratulations.
It looks like Ronald Reagan did.
How much am I going into debt for? Hey, can we hold down the conversation a little bit? Thank you.
Jeff's name?
Actually, we're We're with the Secret Service.
Jeff W. Kenny.
1, 2, 3.
Jet break. He's right up front. The chiseled look.
Evil Knievel.
Scott Gates.
Ready? Let's go.
You need a picture. Jeff, get a picture.
Act like with the pen. All three of you are in this. Okay? Ready? Look up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good.
It's like everybody's smiling, but nobody's signing. Thomas Shaw Gooden.
Shaw good. Thomas Shaw good. Okay, 1, 2.
Get your cheesy grin here, guys.
That was a cheese smile.
I know it was. The only smile I got. Was that cheddar or Gordon? Andrew Sandlin.
Hold that in the Yeah, that way every time. How is he holding that up?
Hey, we're talking about food, you know, and the ladies on the
Maurice King.
One more.
Mo, the man with the flashlight.
That's right.
That's right. Rex Allen Johnson.
Left-handed to the left. Okay.
Hi, Rex Johnson, chapter 5.
Great. Reload.
Reload. Hold up. Reload.
Rex, go. Rex, go.
Am I right or left-handed?
Larry.
Man. Okay, we got a slight delay here. Go ahead. Just hang loose until we get some more film.
Andy
Patterson.
You want to buy some upholstery there?
Isn't that different here?
Mr. Wallpaper himself.
Yeah, Mr. Wallpaper.
Oh, so good to sit there.
Get you guys across the ledge. Okay.
Get the president. Okay, ready? 1,
Oh, nice of you to join us, Larry.
2, 3. Good.
Yeah, you can do it. There.
Matthew Port.
He's not here.
Matthew Port, they're going to make it tonight.
Somebody, one of us needs to sit out of the way.
Thomas Griska.
He's supposed to be here. I haven't seen him yet.
Okay. Larry Murrow II.
He's not here. Rangers.
What's it turn it sideways, Larry?
Okay, ready?
I guess I got to look at my
Shingle in there. Everybody look up. Yeah, just hold the shingle down. Give me a mirror.
Good job,
I'm glad
Larry.
to get my hands on
Leave 2 spots.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I should have done this. Yeah, right.
Phil Chakra.
Not here.
He's not here.
Edward Michael Bowles.
My class is here.
You're here. Go get a Pluto.
We really should. Congratulations.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good.
wondered if you were. I knew you were. Well, I didn't know whether I made fun of it.
Went through the Steven, Christopher Clem. I tried to grab
Old man Clem.
James.
Reaching.
You move. Drop it. Pass over.
No.
There you go. Yeah. You know what? Because I was telling Larry it was so bad. Just but you don't bring it out. You're the airport. White in your shade. You don't see them in our last night. I said, no, it's not legal.
Well, I guess I'm next.
Larry, can we have a name? Can you say a name, please?
Read their names louder.
Just right here.
Oh, you're missing somebody else? Okay, I'm sorry. You're waiting.
Table cancel.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Good.
Brian Christine.
Bob Dole would be proud.
Sure. Yeah. I'll give it back to you. Oh, congratulations. I'll give it back to you. You worked hard for that.
Jerome D. Carby. Jerry Carberry. Jerry Carberry. Oh no. Craig Matthew Bruner. Opie.
Craig.
Congratulations. Thank you.
St. John.
After
Am I in those pictures? Do I need to? I am. So I need to look at them. I'm just commenting.
Matt Aller.
Never talking this way. He speaks a different language tonight.
Shingle. Cap.
Leaving space.
All right.
Tom Weir.
Mike Morgan. Yeah, you're up to back. Just queuing you. I would like to see.
May we have your attention, please? He's going to make a ridiculous speech, I'm sure.
Just a few quick words. Norm would be proud.
We'll go back to talking now. That wasn't.
It was not important. Some you need to contact yourself.
Are you getting all of us in every one of these pictures? Yeah. We're just sitting here. Ready? 1, 2.
Patrick Markham. Go back. German show. He's big like shit. Good job. Sir.
how many left is there?
Every other spelled wrong. What do you can change? Michael Brian Morton.
You want Simon to sing it? Hey, boss. Hey, top. Hey, fellas. Good shot.
On top, yeah.
Right here? All right. All right. Who's sign up this week?
Yes, it is.
The camera.
You're being recorded.
Larry, if you have dry side. Thank you. Black. Robert. Bert. What's the name of that cup? Bert. Larry Lane Washburn.
Thursday. We have somebody on here?
Yeah. No.
Larry,
Nice man.
First one in here.
Douglas Lloyd Bainey. Wrong side. There you go, son. Hey, Doug. Another drink. Put your name down.
I like it!
Feel weird.
Christopher A. Hasler. Earl. House manager. What's your skill? George.
Why?
John Nicholson. Alvin.
Booster chair for the kids.
John Nicholson. Active.
Congratulations.
Kevin Michael Waddle.
Kevin, and here's your pen to sign, sir. You're quite welcome. Please have a seat.
I just give me a shot.
Have a lefty.
Okay.
Robert Sporty chapter. George Joseph Richard Jorge. Richard Duke.
Like in the second half,
Sean
Richard. Sean. Dave Holmes. Oh yeah. Christopher Michael Nielsen. Relax, Richard. Before you sign. David Christopher Holmes.
Yeah, you know, part of a room.
Elroy. Elroy.
Don't blush.
His boy Elroy. Right, Elroy. Wrong way, Elroy. Wrong side, Michael Higher.
John Grimm.
Every one he's looking at.
Richard Chris Horn. Jason Lohmeyer. Whatever. Bradley Thurman Ballard. Dave Dady. Then Dave Ferguson. Then John Coogan. Who's set a checker? Then you after Dave. After Dave. After Dave.
Here we go. Picture.
On out the court. Yeah. Jason Stanley Lohmeyer. Vader.
Get comfortable now.
Oh, I'm kidding. Yeah, I didn't know how to stay on that.
Sure. Congratulations. Good. Picture.
David Robert Baker. attention, please. Okay. The Board of Governors, and other
dignitaries.
Right, other dignitaries. If you could also please move towards the front here. We're going to have you sign the back of the charter.
Wisconsin one?
Yes. Yes.
The back of the charter.
Thanks a lot.
Wait a second. Not Wisconsin alumni.
Speaker. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
David,
Any
other Wisconsin alumni?
Is Doug Rasper? John, 50.
Okay. Next guy right up here.
John, Eugene, Duke. I have to sign up.
Getting this, buddy.
Look at all the lights pushing down here.
Oh, that'd be your thing. No problem.
And there's Chris.
Johnny!
Yeah, go ahead while they sign.
Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly how I feel like that.
Terry Toll. Terry Toll.
That's it.
A little further to the right.
Sign a little bigger. What are you dressed as? Architect, are you?
Look, I gotta get you all signed.
Yeah, left-hander. All right.
Yeah.
Very good, Jeff.
Ready, 1, 2.
Another left-hander.
Hey, who wants in this? Who wants in this picture?
John.
I don't care.
Has been leadership consultant.
I'm just asking. It's going to be tough.
Look at the face, Andy.
Picture.
Hey, Doug.
Doug, sign that puppy, man. Put it on Megabyte.
Big man. From Wisconsin.
Mr. Omega.
Doug Dolan.
Mr. Marathon Man. Down,
Hey, Rex, can you see the charter? I'll scoot over like this.
How about the couch? You want me to move the couch? No, that's fine.
Okay, ready? I'm going to take 3, all right?
Okay.
1 more, 2 more.
Those knees, man. Can't smile, damn it.
Make sure I can make sure.
Appreciate it.
2, 3. Okay, 1.
One more. Make it quick.
Six more.
No talking.
Good.
Okay, everybody, if we could have your attention, please. The National President would like to say a few words.
We have your attention, please.
Ladies and gentlemen.
By the power vested in me in the Phi Kappa Tau National Fraternity, of our Constitution, our statutes, and our National Council, it's my honor and privilege to execute this charter on behalf of the National Fraternity for the Beta Theta chapter of Phi Kappa Tau Fraternity.
Okay, here's our lovely dinner at the Eldridge.
I want a picture of me eating.
Great. What would you say?
I'll try and drool a little
And
on
there's
myself.
we got Doug and Kathy
We'll have some real fun.
and Mr. Brish.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
Hi.
Dave and Lisa.
What's his name?
Dave.
Okay, we got Dave and Lisa, Megan, and Mrs. Brish, and Matt. Matt, could you tell us about the dinner here?
The dinner is a very fine selection of prime rib tonight.
Prime rib. Looks like you got some potatoes.
Basically, it's a hunk of meat and vegetables. It's $17 worth of food, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Potatoes, some veggies. It's pretty good.
Okay, are we drinking alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages?
Water.
Water?
Very much non-alcoholic.
Okay. Mr. Brish, how's your dinner? How's your dinner?
Hey, we're having a great time here. We're loving it.
Okay, there's my dinner and my empty chair. Okay, this is kind of after dinner, waiting for dessert and waiting for people to start talking.
Tom, there's something you want to say? No, thank you. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you. For our camera audience here, I'd like to mention that this is the Beta Theta chapter of Phi Kappa Tau. If I remember correctly, the date is January 14th, 1989. So I wrote my check this morning. And I'd like to welcome you to the second non-annual chartering of Beta Theta Phi Kappa Tau. I hope you enjoy the meal at the steak
talk tomorrow.
Larry is a member of the Gamma, was a member of the Gamma Pledge class, still is, I understand. And he was instrumental in bringing together the bylaws we put together the previous year, typing out, putting together so they can go into the charting book. Also, Craig Bruner. Craig is a member of the Epsilon Pledge class. He was a membership orientation officer and built on what Larry Murrow had done as a pledge instructor and developed what we use now as our membership orientation program. Also, Doug Dady. Doug is a member of the Native Pledge class and was instrumental in putting together the Rush program and writing that up for our booklet. And lastly, I'd like to recognize Rex Johnson. Rex Rex is a member of the Beta Pledge class, been around for quite some time. That's helped out in many ways. He started out as chairman for the recharting committee and put together the recharting book, which as I understand from some of our members from Nashville is they feel quite an outstanding accomplishment, quite a good job. So thank you very much, Rex. Great job. From here, I'd like to go ahead and introduce some of our speakers this evening. First, I'd like to introduce Dr. Carol Smith, who is Dean of Student Life and Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs at the University of Kansas.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. It is very, very nice to be here. It is very, very nice to have Phi Kappa Tau back on campus. And it's an honor, personally and professionally, to be here, to have the opportunity to join in this celebration. I bring you greetings officially and best wishes on behalf of Chancellor Jean Budig, Executive Vice Chancellor Judith Gamaliel, and Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs David Ambler. They join me in extending greetings and wish they could be here. During 1948 and 49, when Beta Theta was first, as we say, on the Cave campus, Dean Malott was the chancellor. He was the first native Kansan and the first alumnus of the University of Kansas to be chancellor. At that time, 6,092 veterans were part of the class enrolled at that time. 6,092 veterans of a total student enrollment of just a little over 11,000. The campus was very different in 48 and 49. Class space was a problem. Getting the classes was a problem. Does this sound familiar? And housing space was very, very limited. So, at that time when fraternities came on this campus, they very, very quickly rented facilities or built facilities to house and accommodate their members. $5 among the groups who did that at that time. Chancellor Malott was a very dramatic person, a very important leader for the University of Kansas. He had two primary themes that he reiterated over the years while he was the chancellor. They relate to your work on campus and to your being here. It's very interesting. Chancellor Malott repeatedly said that his themes for the university were that the university should be providing a service to the world discussion, but more than all, by your own determination to do honest, hard, continuous work, and to develop the latent powers of leadership which reside in each of you. No experience on campus better enables you to develop your latent powers of leadership than the experiences of being involved in the fraternity world. University of Kansas today is pleased to note that Beta Theta of the Phi Kappa Tau is already established in a chapter house at 1232 Ohio, housing some of your members. And that your members have already established themselves with a fine record of scholarship achievements during recent semesters. Deeply to be congratulated on these efforts. So all the evidence points to a sound start as a fraternity chapter, and all these actions move the KU Phi Kappa Tau members towards the laudable goals that were set forth by Chancellor Malott at about the time that you came to this campus originally. Chancellor Malott would be very proud of you if he were to be here this evening. And in 1989, we are proud of you too. Congratulations. People in student affairs, people in the administration of the university, the faculty of the institution. Look forward to working with you. Welcome back. We're glad.
Thank you very much. As our second speaker this evening, I'd like to introduce a man that I've spent a lot of time, we've all spent a lot of time working with. His name is Danny Kaiser. He's Assistant Director of Organizations and Activities at the University of Kansas.
Thank you very much, Tom. In addition to my work as Assistant Director of Organizations and Activities, I get to carry the title of Coordinator for Greek Programs, which is a fun and often challenging position, but one that's been always real rewarding for me, especially when you get the opportunity to take part in situations just like what we're doing here tonight. I too want to welcome back Beta Theta chapter of Phi Kappa Tau. John Green and I met about 13 months ago at a meeting. We didn't get to talk very long. Spent just a few minutes in the hallway, but I wanted to make a point of visiting with him. The point I wanted to get across was back here at KU, we've got a colony that I think is made up of a pretty good group of young men, maybe just needs a little bit more attention. Well, in 13 months, it's kind of amazing what a little bit of attention can do. I'm real pleased to be a part of what is happening now, and to have been a part of, quite a number of meetings with some staff members as they came to visit the colony over the last couple of years. This is a new beginning. You're part of a Greek system that here at the University of Kansas has a rich heritage, a long tradition of strength, of prestige. It's also a system that, like other Greek systems around the country, is facing times of change. We need to re-examine ourselves. What are Greek systems doing? What do we want to stand for? What do we want to accomplish? Are we supporting the missions of the educational institutions that are the hosts of the Greek system on this campus? As a young chapter back on this campus again, speaking to the undergraduate members right now, you all have an opportunity to make yourselves heard, be an influence, make change happen where it needs to you and thank you at the university for the support that you've given this group. Without it, their road to this accomplishment tonight would have been much more difficult. We at the university appreciate that and commend all of your efforts. I bring you congratulations tonight. First, just for me personally, because I've known a number of you over the past years. It's been fun working with you. I'm glad to see you attain this goal. I also bring congratulations from the Interfraternity Council and all the member fraternities. They welcome you to your full chapter status too. And in closing, I just want to say I wish you best wishes for a long and happy future at the Beta Theta chapter of Phi Kappa Tau here at the University of Kansas. Thank you.
Third speaker I'd like to introduce, a fellow of our chapter. Someone I met a couple of years back, and I knew right then when he pledged that he'd attain a high office in our fraternity. Impressed me very much. And I'd like to now introduce our chapter president, Larry Washington.
Well, as you can see, I pulled no sheet of paper in there on my tux because I didn't really prepare anything tonight. I originally thought I was just going to make a few comments at the chartering ceremony this afternoon, and that was it. And we've already had two really fine speeches, and I'm kind of pulling something off the top of my head. But I guess I can speak for a few minutes. I won't bore you too much. What can I say? This is what this fraternity has worked for ever since I've known about it. And we can only go nowhere but up. I mean, once you get chartered, this is not the end. This is definitely the beginning. I can only see good things happening for Beta Theta now. We can stand with confidence even more and say, we are a chapter. We're not young. We're not that young anymore. We're not that small. We're going to grow. We are established here at KU. And I think that's one of the biggest accomplishments that we can say that we've done as three founding fathers at Phi Tau. Just to thank people on behalf of the chapter, of course the Housing Corporation deserves a lot of things. We heard rumors last year that we were going to get a house, that some alumni were getting together through a fine alumni program worked out by Ryan Racine, who brought these alumni to us. And the next thing we knew, the house was purchased, and a lot of work was done over the summer. A lot of hours of demolition and tearing up the wallpaper and reconstruction and everything. It is a fine house now, and it's just going to continue getting better because we have the dedication of that house. So I'd like to thank them on behalf of the chapter. Our parents, we wouldn't be here now if it weren't for them. But I mean, they've given us support through helping us out in attending school, and then I remember the time when I mentioned to my parents I wanted to buy a house called Phi Kappa Tau, and they were like, "Attorney? Brad?" But I said, "Yeah, these guys are cool. This is good. This is a good house, and I think it's going to grow. It definitely has." So, on behalf of the chapter, thanks to all the parents who support us this time. Friends and family and girlfriends and things like that, especially like little sisters that have helped us out through this semester. I'd like to thank them as well. Like I said, guys, it's only going to get better after this. So tonight we will party, maybe do something in the streets tonight, which I mentioned. All I can say is thanks again to Nationals for supporting us here. Thanks again to Nationals for all your support. John and everyone that's attending tonight. And have a good time tonight.
Larry, I have to learn about President here
one thing that kept us, together even through times that seemed like we didn't feel like we were going to make it, but we always came out ahead because we all worked together. We all kept our eyes towards the common goal. And we said to ourselves, we're going to be the charter. And just to have that motivation and enthusiasm, present is, just gives me a great deal of pride. And, I don't think I can say anything if I were to talk about how happy and proud I am. I'd be here all night. But I won't do that to you guys. As it's been said before, this is not the end at all. This is the beginning. We've achieved a goal that's taken us 4.5 years. And everything we did in those 4.5 years was aimed towards this goal. Now it's time, guys, to think, well, where do we want to go next? Where do we want to channel ourselves? And I know we're going to do well, whatever we do. And just look forward to the future and stay strong and keep that Phi Tau spirit alive. And when I come back for homecoming, and when we all come back for homecoming 30, 40 years from now, we want to see that same spirit that we see tonight, that we've seen in this chapter, that we still have. Thanks a lot, everyone who's helped out. And hey, long live the Beta Theta chapter of Phi Kappa Tau. Thank you.
I think
attended by the Cardinal of New York, the Cardinal of Boston, the Cardinal of Washington, Papal Nuncio from the Vatican, President and Mrs. Reagan, where I had to stay at the Waldorf Astoria, because if you were going to go to this affair, you had to stay there for security. And then Phil Harris picked me up at the airport, took me in his Cessna here, and I promptly went to the bathroom at the Lawrence, Kansas airport to shave and to change and come back here tonight. So I've had a dichotomy of events, but I have to tell you that I'm more proud to be here with you. I really am. This is my heart and my soul fraternity. It was fun last night. It was a very high event and honor, but I travel all around America visiting our campuses and our chapters, and John Green and I have had a privilege on a number of occasions of installing new chapters. It's a very, very high privilege and honor for us to know that our signatures are going to be a part of your heritage and your future for many, many years to come. In fact, I'm traveling so much these days. One time I came back from Ireland, and I think I was in a day, and then I went to charter, met John and another group, so I'm wondering where I am half the time and which bathroom I'm shaving in or whatever. Trying to get from place to place. It reminds me that the last time that I came back from our capital, I'm in the state legislature in Florida, and I was up and go back and forth a lot there, and I was coming back, either a fraternity trip or something to do with that. And my wife was telling me, how I have 3 children. I have 2 little girls and a teenage son. And the 2 little girls are 4 and 5 years old, are always coming in the bedroom, always getting in bed, always bothering us. Can't get any sleep. So I told them, I said, now look, if Daddy goes on this trip, I'll be coming back, and you'll be very good girls when I'm away. So it could be fraternity trip. When I come back, make sure that you stay out of the bedroom, let Mom get her rest and everything. When I come back, I'll bring you a special present. So as is the occasion, I come back, I'm going down the terminal, and here comes my 2 daughters running down the terminal way there, yelling at the top of their lungs, "Daddy, Daddy, nobody slept with Mommy while you were away." So, no matter what it is, I just can't seem to get it all together as to where I'm going to be. I thought I was going to be here in time. My original flight was, I think, supposed to arrive at 2:30 on Eastern. They canceled the flight. So by the time I got to Atlanta, I had to take a Delta flight. It was an hour running. It was already going to be an hour later than the Eastern flight, and then it was an hour late. So I apologize for keeping a number of you at the charter signing ceremony this afternoon. It is my distinct honor to bring you official greetings and congratulations to all of you who are here, not only the brothers of the charter signers, but the parents, the university officials who are very grateful for your participation. And we know that we are guests at this university. And we are guests at any university or any college in America where Phi Kappa Tau has the privilege of having a chapter. So we thank you. We thank the parents. I know the parents have been recognized for the birth aspects of the on a couple of occasions, but we think that there's an important part for that parenting as your son becomes a part of this fraternity, because we know that that takes a certain sacrifice and response and responsibility from you. So we thank you for that as well. We bring official greetings to you on behalf of myself as your national president and our volunteer national council. We have an excellent, excellent group of leaders in this fraternity. I think we have in John Green and our professional staff in Oxford, Ohio, one of the finest chief executives of a fraternity in America. And I know I've been to the National Fraternity Conference meetings and seen them all. And I think we have a chief executive very proud of, and an excellent staff. Bring you the latest in chapter leadership program. And I think that's important for your continued growth as well. And as I think Larry said, and Tom said, and Rex said, this is the beginning. Maybe a new beginning, but it's still a beginning. It certainly isn't the end. It certainly is a time for you to reflect on looking ahead as to what you are now going to do. Set your goals again. Now that you're a chapter, then you want to be the best chapter. You want to be the best chapter in Phi Kappa Tau. You want to be the best chapter on your campus, and all different kinds of goals. That's what we do in life. Anybody that's successful in business or government or anything else that they do are continually setting goals and plans. I like to think that and remind our brothers that are charter signing about the ideals of our fraternity, what it means to us, and why we are what we are. Our Judeo-Christian ethics, the principles and the values of us as people, as a society, as a nation. And our nation was founded on the same values and principles that we espouse in Phi Kappa Tau. The innate worth of the individual, more than just a group, each individual counts. Each individual's self-respect, each individual's opportunity to participate and to be a leader at the optimum level that that individual is capable of doing. And the democratic nature of the organization. Now that's democratic with a small d, I'm a Democrat with a big D. The democratic nature of the organization is the basis for us to be able to share, to be able to respect the fact that other people have opinions and other people have a vote, other people have things that they feel are important in the fraternity. And all of those remind me, and I think can be summarized in one word. And I think this is the word that is important in fraternity, and that is character. For Thoreau said, fame is a vapor, popularity an accident. Riches take wings. Only one thing endures, and that is character. And I think that is so true. It's that innate worth of the individual. It's that participation in a democracy. It's the Judeo-Christian ideals of your values and your sense of purpose that build character. The character of our fraternity, Theta, the alumni who you have a unique opportunity here because you are not building from scratch. You have a historical basis on which you can build, which you can learn from the great people that you have working with you, your advisors, your undergraduates. Everybody has to pull together. Now, there's no more beautiful story, I think, in relation to how people pull together and work together and reach the finish line and accomplish things in life than the true story about the three handicapped people, three handicapped men in the Special Olympics. And they had worked out, missing a leg, missing an arm. They had worked out and developed themselves to be competitors and to win and to do everything that anybody that didn't have a handicap could do. And these three were in a race. And they were heading toward the finish line. The one in the middle fell. The other two stopped, went back and picked up the one who had one leg with a crutch, lifted him up, and carried him to the finish line. That is a true story, and I think that epitomizes more what we mean in fraternity when we say we need to pull together and work together and get to the finish line. We need to think about and remind ourselves of the pride in our Our Leadership Academy is one of the finest in American college fraternity history. We had over 300 brothers at that event. I know Doug was there last summer. The training that we are doing there, for the alumni, I say this because this is, I know, of importance to you. We're not just training leaders for Phi Kappa Tau. That's our immediate goal. But I believe we have a responsibility as an American college fraternity to train leaders for America's future, too. I believe that America can benefit from the kind of values, if we're true to those values, that fraternity and that Phi Kappa Tau in particular can instill in our young men. And maybe I'm a little bit zealous that way, but I believe we have that kind of a mission. And I don't want to go out of office, and I wanted to come into office as national president to reestablish that Leadership Academy and say we have a mission for our fraternity and for America that we are going to train leaders for business, for government, for community and civic activities, and our young men are going to be the future leaders of this country. Our convention this summer in New Orleans is going to be very exciting, very interesting. We'll have a number of somewhat controversial ideas. For instance, one of the things that will be discussed will be doing away with pledging or doing away with associate membership. Some people might say, well, that's really radical. Well, fraternities were founded 100 years ago or more. There were no pledges and there were no associate members. So we're really going back to our roots. But we want to bring Phi Kappa Tau to be a leader among fraternities. We're going to discuss these things. We may not make a decision at that time, but we're going to do that. We're going to rewrite our entire Constitution and statutes to bring it up to date, to make it more functional, more able to be worked with our chapters. And probably most importantly, along with the Leadership Academy that will modify Leadership Academy in the convention year, and the full Leadership Academy the summer after that. So we will be continuing our work and our effort and our debate in an area in American college fraternities that is synonymous with our survival, our very survival, and that is in risk management. If we don't learn and accept the responsibility to manage our own risk, to be responsible young men, to be responsible advisors and with our universities, they're not going to have us here. They're not going to take that risk. They're not going to want fraternities to be a part of the academic social atmosphere that is here. And Phi Kappa Tau is going to be a leader in that area. We have developed a risk management program that I'm sure you're aware of. It's not something that will change attitudes or bring things about in a year or maybe even 2 years. But we, on the national level, as we have suggested that you do at your chapter level, set goals, and they're idealistic goals and they're realistic goals. We have to do this, man. Brothers, the very survival of fraternities in America depends upon that. You don't have to, if you pick up a paper, probably even in Lawrence, Kansas, you see lawsuits and all different kinds of things where society now just doesn't tolerate negligence, much less planned negligence, even though maybe not malicious. So we have to come to a realization in that we are accepting that challenge today in Phi Kappa Tau. We intend to be leaders in that. And you men of Beta Theta, we expect to be leaders among the leaders. You have the class of young men here, just from the brief time that I've been here and looking around and meeting people, I can see it already. you have that opportunity, you have that ability. If you will accept that challenge, you can meet every one of the goals that I've talked about. You can set every goal that you think is attainable, attain it, and go further. Because I think the quality is in this room. And you've definitely got the alumni support, which I think is marvelous. Your advisor. So it's important that you continue to do that. Well, in conclusion, I want to tell you that I appreciate your listening. You've been a little bit more attentive than most of the groups that I get to talk to. In fact, a week ago I was giving a speech to the Kiwanis Club in Miami, where I'm from, and this man came up to me afterwards and he said, you know, I've listened to you talk for the last 20 minutes and I just want to tell you something. And I said, what's that? He says, I wouldn't vote for you again if you were St. Peter. So I thought for a minute and said, well, let me tell you something. If I was St. Peter, you wouldn't be able to vote for me because you wouldn't live in the same district, so to hell with it. Thank you very much.
I think that was very inspiring. Especially touched me the part of the two who lifted the third from the dust and aided him on his way. I think all of us who understand our ritual is a very important part to all of us can see where that's exemplified. I'd like to mention right now the fact that the servers have placed a bottle of champagne on the tables. We will have a toast following our last speaker, who has something very dear to all of our hearts and very important. And without further ado, I'd like to announce our Executive Director, John Green.
Thank you, Tom. I think it's appropriate that the piano player has started now. We're building to a crescendo here. Seriously, I want to congratulate you gentlemen on the song that you sang. Okay, if I could ask the members and associate members to remain standing, please. I understand that the Brotherhood song has not been sung in the colony previously, or if it has, you are not incredibly familiar with it. All the brothers and associate members commonly referred to as the Brotherhood song. And now that you are duly inducted into the national fraternity, I would like to at least offer this song to you to be sung at special occasions such as this. I would like to sing it through one time for you. Follow along with me and then you can join me on the second time through, if that's okay. We are brothers now and ever, until
we build